Also tonight on the show, inside Operation Pushback as India chases back all illegal intruders, especially from Bangladesh. And we have the long-form story tonight on why the Shatut is a damn good idea for India. Why we may have just scored a masterstroke in Afghanistan. Let's get started. Chief of Defence Staff General Anil Chauhan has said India is ahead of Pakistan on all fronts despite greater diversity than the neighbouring country due to its long-term strategy. At the Shangri-La Dialogue in Singapore today, the CDS has added that India may have lost jets, but we learned from tactical mistakes and hit back hard. Mock drill Operation Shield underway in the border states across the country. The main objective is to ensure citizens know how to carry out rescue operations if a such situation like Operation Sindoor arises. India's COVID-19 tally has reached 2,700 plus cases with 1,100 and more patients discharged. As per the Health Ministry, India has reported 7 deaths across multiple states, with comorbidities playing a significant role in most cases, according to state-wise data. An uncalled for appearance by former Pakistani cricketer Shahid Afridi at an event organized by a section of the NRI Malayali community in Dubai has drawn criticism across India. In videos that are now viral on social media, Afridi is seen at the event that was held on the 25th of May. However, an official statement from the event organizers, the Cochin University BTech Alumni Association, claims that cricketers at the event were to attend another event and arrived at this event unannounced. Wonder how that happened. He's 18, quiet, lived with his parents in Nadiad, Gujarat. Until a few weeks ago, no one outside his mohalla even knew his name. And now, he's on the radar of India's top cybercrime units. Jasim Ansari is accused of launching a wave of digital attacks on over 50 government websites, 50, including Finance Ministry, UIDAI, even the PMO. And the timing, just days after India began Operation Sindoor in response to the Pahalgam killings. Gujarat ATS says this was not random. It was calculated, ideological, dangerous. Now, how did an 18-year-old from Nadiad breach India's digital defenses? Watch this long-form story.
57 kilometers from Gandhinagar, seat of the state government of Gujarat, sits the quiet town of Nadiad. As Operation Sindoor nears its end, anti-terror squad investigators swoop in on Nadiad, arrest a young man. His name is Jasim Ansari. His age, 18. His crime, a cyber attack attempt on 50 plus government websites. When Operation Sindoor was underway and India was avenging the massacre of 26 civilians who were killed in cold blood in Pahalgam, 18-year-old Jasim Ansari launched something far more dangerous, a digital invasion.
They have been doing a little prior to that also, but post Operation Sindoor, there were a few messages amongst the channels where they were clearly mentioning, which was mentioned in the FIR also, where there was a message saying that the war has been started by you, we will end it. That sort of messages have been forwarded, that have the sort of messages and ideology has been promoted by the accused.
Just 3 days after India launched Operation Sindoor, ATS detected suspicious activity under the name of 2 individuals, Jasim Ansari and a minor. Jasim Ansari, an introvert teen from a joint family in Nadiad, lived in this modest house with his mother, father, aunt and uncle.
18-year-old Jasim Ansari was picked by Gujarat ATS from this very place. This is his residence. While just a few days back, there was a board which was displayed there which showed that his father, his uncle are also involved in doing agent work of RTO. This is the place where he used to live. Now Jasim Ansari is one person who, by using DDoS, had hacked over 50 government websites, which includes websites of finance department, while also other departments like Aadhaar card.
Inside this home lives his mother, Tabassum, still in disbelief. A woman who saw her son drop out from school but never expected him to betray his nation.
जासिम कितने साल का था?
18 साल।
कौन से स्टैंडर्ड में था?
12वां।
12वीं में। और उसका रिजल्ट आ गया था? क्या हुआ था?
आ गया था, रिजल्ट फेल हुआ था।
अच्छा। और उसका मतलब वो पढ़ाई में कैसा था? अच्छा था?
अच्छा था, बहुत अच्छा था।
उनके ऊपर इतना बड़ा कलम लगा है कि उन्होंने वेबसाइट्स हैक की है, तो आपको पता है वो कहाँ से सीखा ये चीज़? ऐसी कोई
कुछ नहीं पता, मुझे कुछ नहीं पता, मुझे भाई कुछ नहीं खबर क्या करता था।
सर, एक
Teachers who taught Jasim Ansari in his 10th standard remember him as normal as any other student with a decent academic record.
उसका जो बिहेवियर था वो बिल्कुल नॉर्मल था, जबकि क्लास में वो किसी से मैच नहीं होता था, अकेला अकेला घूमता रहता था। और कहे तो पढ़ाई में भी थोड़ा ठीक था, 10th में तो ठीक था, लेकिन बाद में अगर बाहर की कोई संस्था के उसके संपर्क में अगर आया हो, अगर ऐसा जो उन्होंने स्टेप लिया है वो हमें पता नहीं है। बाकी स्कूल में उसके अंदर स्कूल का कोई जवाबदारी मुझे लगती नहीं है, क्योंकि बाहर से मुझे लगता है ये सब सीख के आया हो, ऐसा लगता है।
You have taught Jasim.
The narrative, however, changes when we speak to the teachers who taught him in 12th standard. They remember him as a below average student and unremarkable. But what really changed in those 2 years?
See, throughout the 2-year period, I have find that he is not involved much with the other student. He used to sit single, feel like a shy. He is not asking much question, but he come to school regularly. Around 80% attendance is there, but the performance is average, or I can say below average. Okay, in fact, in 12th standard, in one of the subject, he got fail also.
In fact, Jasim performed abysmally in 12th standard and failed in economics. Yet, in the shadows of his average life, Jasim aced his computer practical examinations, a skill that would soon turn treacherous. As the Gujarat police hammer fell on him, it was revealed that Jasim and his minor accomplice were skilled in Python programming.
ये જે બંને જે છોકરાઓ છે એ 12th પાસ નથી, પરંતુ લાસ્ટ 6-8 મહિનાથી એ લોકોએ સાયબરના ફિલ્ડમાં ઘણા જ એક્ટિવ છે. યુટ્યુબ અને બીજા ચેનલ્સ મારફતે એ લોકોએ ઘણો બધો ટેકનિકલ જ્ઞાન અર્જિત કરેલ છે. આ જે ઇન્ક્રિપ્ટેડ ચેટ્સ હોય યા વિવિધ પ્લેટફોર્મ ઉપર કઈ રીતે હેકિંગ થાય એ બાબતમાં એ લોકો ઘણી જાણકારી રાખે છે. એ માટે એ લોકોએ પાયથન લેંગ્વેજ, પાઇડ્રોઇડ ટૂલ્સ, ટ્રમેક્સ ટૂલ જેવા ઘણા બધા ટૂલ્સ અને એપ્લિકેશન્સ અને લેંગ્વેજ વગેરે શીખ્યા છે.
Alongside a 17-year-old childhood friend, Jasim unleashed chaos through distributed denial of service attacks, a method of overwhelming websites by generating vast amounts of artificial traffic.
There were a lot of channels. He was a part of one of the channel called AnonSec. That channel was primarily involved in not technically hacking. They were doing DDoS attacks on many websites, particularly targeting Indian websites like SBI. They have done a DDoS attack on SVPI Ahmedabad Airport, They have done a DDoS attack on Gujarat police website and many other government websites which I'm talking about, which technically falls under critical infrastructure of government of India.
In total, 54 strategic and crucial websites were targeted by Jasim. Delhi's IGI Airport, Central Bureau of Investigation, UIDAI, Passport Site of India, Ram Mandir of Ayodhya, Indian Navy, Indian Army, Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Prime Minister's Office official website, National Highway Authority of India, Municipal Corporation of Bangalore, Chennai, Delhi, Mumbai, National Judicial Data Grid Portal. Jasim confessed during questioning that he operated a Telegram channel under the name Bytexploit. They had created two channels, Exploit Exec and Elite Exploit, which were later renamed to AnonSec. The hacker followed just one modus operandi: take screenshots of the targeted websites and post them on AnonSec channel accompanied by anti-national messages. He is now charged under Section 43 and 66 of the IT Act. One for unauthorized access, the other for something far more sinister: cyber terrorism. Dr. Lavina Sinha, DCP Cybercrime, breaks down the sections invoked and why Jasim Ansari's actions have triggered the harshest alarms of Indian cyber law.
The IT section 43 relates to the unauthorized access of computer or some source on the internet, whereas 66F is a section on cyber terrorism. It has very stringent punishment which can go up to life imprisonment, and it basically involves those crimes which are targeting the security of the nation or integrity, sovereignty of the nation. The accused had gained access, basically a DDoS attack, denial of services kind of attack, on the websites, and then he had taken screenshots after taking down those websites and posted it in a Telegram group. Posts that he had put on those websites were related to against the nation. So that kind of crime he had committed, for which the FIR was registered and is being investigated by ATS Gujarat.
In Nadiad, Jasim's mother still holds on to the hope that her son will be proven innocent in the court of law. In the last few weeks, she went to Jasim's school to get a letter from the school authority to allow him books while he is in custody, as Jasim wants to reappear for 12th standard examinations in the month of June. Was Jasim just a misguided teenager with a keyboard, or a cog in growing digital army? From one Telegram group in Nadiad to dozens across the country, a silent cyber war is being waged by a new breed of traitors. They are scripting betrayal in Python, launching attacks from living rooms, and crushing the very systems that hold India together. And now, agencies are racing against time to hunt down every last one of them before the next big strike. India stands vigilant, but the battle for our digital borders has only just begun.
Dr. Pawan Dugal is an advocate in the Supreme Court and also a cyber law expert, joining us on the show this evening. Dr. Dugal, what's the punishment for a crime like that of Jasim Ansari? Giving cyber support to Pakistan, he's highly radicalized.
Clearly, he is liable to be punished if proven with life imprisonment under Section 66F of the IT Act. In addition, he is also liable for fine. That's presuming that all the charges against him get electronically proved as admissible electronic evidence in courts of law. Practically speaking, he's also charged under Section 43 read with Section 66, which has an additional 3 years imprisonment, read with also 5 lakh rupees fine. So these two separate punishments can either run concurrently or subsequently, depending on the discretion of the court. But purely given the nature and tenor of this particular criminal activity, this is an activity that's primarily aimed to prejudicially impact the sovereignty, security, and integrity of India. That too at a time when the Sindoor operations are going across, when the entire nation is united in its patriotic fervor. But now you are going ahead and doing stuff which is against the interest of the nation. So clearly, all onus will be on the Gujarat ATS on what kind of electronic evidence it's going to collect and produce it in accordance with the Bharatiya Saksha Adhiniyam in the courts and try to get a conviction.
I have another question. If you can give me a brief response to this, Dr. Duggal. Teenagers sending hoax mails. There have been reports on that. Now launching cyber attacks, like in the case of Jasim Ansari. Is there a pattern that you're seeing? Where do they get this training?
These teenagers are very nimble-footed and also have got very, very kind of, shall I say, soft brain that's capable of being indoctrinated. And there are state and non-state actors in cyberspace, particularly on the dark net, who are able to go ahead and attract these young gullible minds, indoctrinate them against the nation where they are staying, and then use them as stooges, as agents to go ahead and launch cyber warfare activities targeted against India. Now clearly Pakistan has failed on the ground. Operation Sindoor has been absolutely successful, but then they've gone ahead and gone to their old age tricks of using these gullible minds in India for the purposes of trying to come up with messages that could have a prejudicial impact of pervading or impacting prejudicially the minds of others who will read such messages. So clearly if you're an Indian and then this time you want to go ahead and do DDoS attacks against 50 plus government websites, you want to take screenshots, you want to put it on a Telegram channel and you think you will not get caught, I think you are mistaken. Indian law enforcement agencies today have adequate wherewithal to go ahead and investigate such matters and take you to justice.
Thank you for joining us on the show this evening, Dr. Pawan Duggal. And on to our next story this evening. What if we told you that Mumbai's dirtiest river, in it lies the city's dirtiest secrets? The Mithi river, meant to protect the city of Mumbai, is now a black train of garbage, corruption, wads of money wasted. 65 crore is the number they are putting it at that was sanctioned to clean this river. But where did the money go? It just vanished. A politically linked Bollywood name, Dino Morea of the yesteryear fame, mostly forgotten now, he's right in the middle of this controversy. From Bollywood circles to shady tenders, from BMC's high offices to Dharavi's flooded homes, this scam runs deep. Is this just a cleaning scam or something much more dirty, politically perhaps? We followed the trail last week. You'll want to see where this leads.
Behind me flows the Mithi river, or at least what is left between the sludge and the garbage. Yes, it is the same river, in fact, that is now at the center of one of Mumbai's biggest civic scandal in recent memory.
Mumbai, the city of dreams, where skyscrapers pierce the clouds, the Arabian Sea sparkles by dusk, and beneath this glitter flows a river of rot. At the heart of this rot, the Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation, India's richest civic body. A budget larger than some Indian states. Crores allocated every year to clean this river of death. The core allegation that BMC officials and contractors inflated costs, created fake bills, and signed potentially fraudulent MOUs. All while the river remained dangerously clogged, while initial reports pegged the loss at 65 crore rupees. Some estimates suggest the scam could be as large as 1,000 crore rupees. That's public money, taxpayers' money, siphoned off under the guise of river cleaning.
An investigation has revealed alarming irregularities in the execution of the desilting work. Allegations point out to inflated bills, forged MOUs, and the work that was done poorly or not done at all.
पिछले 5 साल में अगर आप देखेंगे तो कम से कम यहाँ पे 3,000 करोड़ का इन्होंने टेंडर पास किया है मिट्टी साफ करने के लिए। लेकिन आज भी आप देखेंगे कि मिट्टी की नदी का जो पानी है सर, उतना ही मतलब वो काला है कि मतलब गटर, एक मिट्टी नदी एक गटर बन गई है।
65 crore rupees vanished. The river still a sewer. The money nowhere to be seen. Investigations by the Economic Offences Wing have revealed a pattern. Tenders allegedly tailored to favour specific suppliers, fake sludge removal records, and shady dealings documented in questionable MOUs. FIRs have been filed, and the Special Investigation Team has already carried out multiple raids on offices and homes of those named.
After the preliminary inquiry for over 6 months, we have come to a conclusion that there is cognizable offence which has been disclosed. And based on that, we have registered an offence against 5 contractors, 3 BMC officials, 2 of the middlemen, and 2 people of the company which supplied this silt pusher machine and the tuxer machines.
As far as the primary accused, Ketan Kadam, is concerned, if you could just brief us about his role. How did it all happen basically?
Mr. Joshi and Mr. Kadam, they were the middlemen. Ketan Kadam did not get any contract ever. It was the contractors who got the contract. It is come to our knowledge after investigation that these 2 middlemen were in the process before the tender even was initiated.
हमारा मुंबई का विकास होना चाहिए, उधर विनाश हो रहा है। ये विनाश आपको इधर ही दिख रहा है। ये काली नदी है, मीठा नदी बोले हो तो साफ नदी होना चाहिए। काली नदी हर बारिश में सब हमारे बड़े बड़े नेता लोग विजिट करते हैं, खाली नाम के लिए विजिट करते हैं, बाद में वो वाइट पेपर पे कुछ नहीं आता।
साकिनाका में आपने देखा होगा कि नाले का पानी सब पूरा मतलब रास्ते पे आ गया, तो सफाई कहाँ हो रही है? 100% सर ये घोटाले के वजह से ये सब मुंबई का सत्यानाश हो रहा है।
डिमांड यही करेंगे कि हमारा मोदी का जो सपना है स्वच्छ मुंबई रखो, मुंबई को गंदा मत करो, मुंबई वर्ल्ड के मैप पे है, वैसा गंदगी नहीं होना चाहिए।
Why are you running? Why are you running?
And now the twist in the tale. Dino Morea, the forgotten Bollywood brat, the actor you stopped watching, but who never stopped profiting.
Was there any political influence in this? Could you respond?
On one hand, there is a Dino Morea's luxurious lifestyle, and on the other hand, the suffering of the people living in areas like Kurla and Dharavi. Due to the failure to properly clean the Mithi river, the risk of flooding increases significantly during the monsoon season, and now the monsoon has already begun in Mumbai. So the question is, what will happen to the people living along the banks of the Mithi river this time? How will they cope with the rising flood risk? Is Ketan Kadam is your business partner? Dino, please answer the question. Dino, is Ketan Kadam your business partner? Did you introduce Ketan Kadam to BMC? Did you use any political influence to introduce Ketan Kadam to BMC? Dino? There are some transaction between you and Ketan Kadam. What is your answer? What is your answer on that? You know what is your answer on that?
So what we're going to do is you go first. You go first.
Is Ketan Kadam your business partner? What do you say on these serious allegations against you, Dino? Can you say something? Dino Morea? Dino Morea?
A riverbed of garbage and a brat afloat in champagne. At the center, Ketan Kadam, linked to both the contractors and the Morea brothers. Tenders, phone calls, payments. The dots connect.
They definitely have certain transactions. The accused company also has several sister companies, and one of the sister companies' partner is Mr. Dino Morea's brother. And monies have flown from the accused to the brother also and to Mr. Dino Morea also.
काली फुटबॉल गेम चालू है. ये डिनो मोरिया एक समझे एक्टर है. हमारा देवेंद्र फडणवीस इलेक्शन में रिजल्ट अगर चाहिए आपको आपके फेवर में, तो डिनो मोरे के साथ में और जो बड़ी मछली है उनके सकोल इन्वेस्टिगेशन करो और उसका रिजल्ट हम लोग को बताओ. ये भ्रष्टाचार का कीड़ा है. कीड़ा को जब तक नहीं खत्म करेगा ना, तब तक के लिए विकास नहीं होगा मुंबई का.
Frequent calls, questionable contracts, crores diverted, and a river that remained a sewer.
दीनू मोरिया को आदित्य ठाकरे ने अपनी दोस्ती के बदले मुंबई में कई जगहों पर ओपन जिम दिया था, ओपन जिम का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट दिया था. दीनू मोरिया जो नशीली दवाओं के व्यापार में है, ऐसे ड्रग पेडलर और ड्रग ट्रेडर के बीच के साथ आदित्य ठाकरे के संबंध का क्या अर्थ है, इसकी छानबीन होनी चाहिए.
आदित्य ठाकरे ने महाविकास आघाड़ी के सरकार के वक्त और उसके महापालिका की जब भी सत्ता थी, तभी जरा दीनो मोरिया के साथ अय्याशी अगर थोड़ी कम की होती तो मुंबई की यह हालत नहीं होती. आज मुंबई की तुम्बई होने के सीधे जवाबदार आदित्य ठाकरे और उसके नाइट लाइफ गैंग ही है.
As the monsoon approaches, the stakes are high. Will the people who are responsible for defrauding the city will be held accountable, or will it be another chapter in Mumbai's long history of civic apathy and corruption?
Joining us on the long form story this evening, I have Mr. Prasad Lad. Mr. Prasad Lad is an MLC. He's a member of the Legislative Council in Maharashtra, and he's joining us as we look deeper into the Mithi, Morea and more. The Mithi scam and more. And the reason why I'm saying there could be more, Mr. Lad, how deep does this rot run? और कितने लोग शामिल हैं इसमें?
इसमें एक चीज़ बहुत स्पष्टता से आपको एफआईआर के माध्यम से दिख सकती है, जो एफआईआर की कॉपी भी मैं आपको बता सकता हूं. अभी तक की इंक्वायरी में इसमें एसआईटी फॉर्म की गई थी 1 साल पहले. 1 साल तक डिप्टी कमिश्नर ऑफ पुलिस के लेवल की ये एसआईटी थी, जिन्होंने पूरी नियमता से इसकी इंक्वायरी की, डॉक्यूमेंट्स कलेक्ट किए, और काफ़ी चीज़ें जब निकाली तो उसके बाद लगभग 16 लोगों के ऊपर एफआईआर हुआ है और काफ़ी गंभीर जैसे आरोप इनके ऊपर लगाए गए हैं, जैसे कि गवर्नमेंट का पैसा सिंपनाइज करना, इलीगल तरीके से सीवीसी नॉर्म्स के साथ टेंडर नहीं भरना, एलिजिबिलिटी क्राइटेरिया नहीं होते हुए भी टेंडर को डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करना और गलत तरीके से मीठी नदी का जो काली मिट्टी है या कचरा है वो निकालने का दावा करना। एज एन एग्जाम्पल अगर आपको बताया जाए तो इन लोगों ने इतना बड़ा स्कैम किया हुआ है, ये कहते हैं कि एक साल में हम लोगों ने 1.5 लाख मेट्रिक टन या 2 लाख मेट्रिक टन कचरा मीठी नदी से निकाला है, मगर वो जगह कहाँ है जहाँ डाला गया है वहाँ पर बड़े बड़े टावर दिखाई देते हैं। तो पहली बात तो ये सबसे झूठ था कि यहाँ पर इन्होंने कचरा या मिट्टी डाली थी। सेकेंड बात ये है जो ट्रक्स इन्होंने वापरे थे जिसके नंबर दिए गए थे उसमें कई मोटरसाइकिल, स्कूटर, रिक्शाओं के नंबर है, उसका कोई जीपीएस ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड नहीं है, वे ब्रिज का कोई भी एक आध बिल भी उसमें मैच नहीं हो रहा है। तो इस तरीके से झूठे तरीके से इन्होंने ये पूरा स्कैम किया हुआ है। इसके अलावा 26 जुलाई को 2005 में जब मुंबई में ज़्यादा बारिश के बाद बाढ़ आई थी, उस बाढ़ के बाद तत्कालीन तब के प्रधानमंत्री कैलाशवासी मनमोहन सिंह ने 1400 करोड़ रुपए एक मिट्टी के सेफ्टी वॉल के लिए दिए थे। अब वो वॉल मीठी नदी में कहीं दिख नहीं रही है। ऐसे अनेक उदाहरण हैं जिसके कारण ये पूरे तरीके से अंडर सेक्शन 406, 409, 420, 465, 467, 468, 471 एंड प्लानिंग 120B के तहत 16 लोगों के ऊपर ये गुना दाखिल हुआ है, जिसमें 5 अधिकारी है और बाकी के सभी कॉन्ट्रैक्टर और दलालों का नाम है। मैं बहुत स्पष्टता से आपके चैनल के माध्यम से, जो नेशनल और इंटरनेशनल चैनल है उसके माध्यम से बताना चाहता हूँ, इसमें 2 लोगों की इंक्वायरी चल रही है, जिसमें सो कॉल्ड फिल्म स्टार दिनो मोरिया की इंक्वायरी चल रही है और उनके भाई की इंक्वायरी चल रही है, जिनके ऊपर आरोप है कि ये पूरे स्कैम करने में जिनको टेंडर दिया गया और जिनके माध्यम से टेंडर दिया गया इसमें इनका हाथ होने की संभावना है। और आने वाले 3-4 दिन में इसकी और स्पष्टता हो जाएगी और दूध का दूध और पानी का पानी आपके सामने आ जाएगा।
My second and last question to you, Mr. Lar, is are there any political masterminds? Okay, आपका allegation और charge है डिनो मोरिया और उनके भाई के ऊपर. That's the allegation. Are there any political links? Are there any political masterminds in this scam?
Definitely, there will be the political link is there, but police is investigating that link. और मैं बहुत गांभीर्यपूर्वक बताना चाहता हूँ कि पॉलिटिकल नाम लेने के पहले जिस तरीके से मुंबई महानगर पालिका में पिछले 15 साल से उभाटा शिवसेना के सत्ता के वक्त में जो भ्रष्टाचार हुआ है उसकी इंक्वायरी होनी चाहिए। दिनो मोरिया के पास से, उनके भाई के पास से, या जिन लोगों को अरेस्ट किया गया है जिसमें केतन कदम है, कोई शाह करके है और कई नाम उसमें है, जिनको इंक्वायरी में लेते हुए उनके पास से सारे नामों की जांच होनी चाहिए और ये कौन से पॉलिटिकल लीडर तक और कौन से आदमी तक पहुंचता है इसकी भी जांच होने की ज़रूरत है। मैंने जैसे कहा था कि कुर्ला से निकली हुई मीठी नदी माहिम में जाकर समुद्र में मिलती है, लेकिन वो बीच में बांद्रा में कहाँ जाकर उसकी गड़बड़ हुई है उसका भी चेक करने की ज़रूरत है। और इस पूरे केस में पूरी ही गंभीरता से पुलिस को इन्वेस्टिगेट करना चाहिए। अभी मेरे माहिती के अनुसार ईडी ने भी इसमें एक एफआईआर रजिस्टर किया हुआ है। मैं ईडी से भी मांग करूंगा कि इस बारे में निष्पक्ष जांच होकर इसके पीछे कौन लोग हैं इसकी इंक्वायरी होनी चाहिए।
Mr. Prasad Lar, thank you for joining us on the long form story this evening. They don't come with guns, but their presence on our soil is shifting India's very foundations. From Bengal's borders to Delhi's slums, millions of Bangladeshi infiltrators have already entered India silently, illegally, changing voter lists, fueling trafficking rings, penetrating terror networks. And now India is striking back. Operation Pushback is underway. Mass deportations, midnight raids, and a border war is on in the shadows. Why did the Supreme Court ask whether India is a dharamshala for illegals? Republic exposes the truth behind the headlines. We are fighting tonight the world's largest illegal infiltration racket.
India, a land of diverse cultures.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
Religions and geography has been a hub of human activity for centuries. From ancient invasions to modern day security concerns, infiltration has played a significant role in shaping the country's history. India's eastern border has been witnessing a silent invasion from Bangladeshi infiltrators, posing significant threat to national security, demographics and social fabric. Bangladesh continues to be the world's largest source of infiltrators, with over an estimated 20 million illegal Bangladeshis already in India, according to official Indian data. And illegal Bangladeshi immigrants have been altering the religious and population dynamics in most states, like West Bengal.
কতদিন আগে আসছেন বাংলাদেশে থেকে?
Delhi, Assam and Uttar Pradesh. Many of these infiltrators are directly linked to terrorism, human trafficking, hawala networks, and radicalization. Security agencies have flagged Bangladeshi infiltration as one of the biggest internal security threats, with infiltrators using West Bengal as a launch pad to spread across the country. Watch this operation conducted in 2024, where illegal Bangladeshis confessed about the road most taken.
झूठ बोल के कोई फायदा नहीं है सर, पेट की वजह से आया सर। आपको झूठ बोले नहीं इधर का है, आप बोला कि बात बोला ना सर, आपने झूठ नहीं बोला, जो बोल दिया सर बता दिया।
It is not a recent issue. It's a historical problem, one that has been unattended for over 5 decades now, since the birth of Bangladesh. The issue of Bangladeshi infiltration into India dates back to the country's independence in 1971. The land boundary agreement signed in 1974 between India and Bangladesh aimed to resolve border disputes, but illegal migration continued. The 4,095-kilometer long border between India and Bangladesh, with around 1,116 kilometers being riverine, makes it challenging to patrol and secure. Periods of political unrest and violence in Bangladesh have led to increased migration. This week, tension sparked at the India-Bangladesh border in Sitalkuchi block of Cooch Behar as groups of Bangladeshi nationals tried to infiltrate India at least 3 locations along the border. The BSF pushed them back.
I'm in front of the India-Bangladesh border in Cooch Behar district. As for the security reason, I cannot move 100 meters of the area. But every day, since few days, that seems that in the Bangladeshi citizen are want to enter the Indian territory, where BSF push back them. Yesterday, 3 incidents in Cooch Behar, 2 of them in Sitalkuchi and 1 of them in Sita. In Sitalkuchi, Sangarbari area, in that area, 16 people are want to enter the Indian territory. The Bangladeshi people wants to enter the Indian territory, where the BSF push back them. This is the major things are happening in yesterday in Cooch Behar. 2 of them in Sitalkuchi, Sangarbari and Shalmari, and 1 of in Shitai. So the reason in every day the Bangladeshi are want to enter the Indian territory, where BSF push back them. This is the major threat from the Bangladesh.
District like 24 North Parganas, particularly Taki, has been identified as hotspots for Bangladeshi infiltration. However, India has made it clear, illegal infiltrators will be pushed out. That's where a silent operation pushback kicks in. Let's take a closer look at this operation and what it is slowly achieving. The primary objective of Operation Pushback is to detect and deter infiltration attempts, neutralize terrorist threats, and maintain peace and stability in the region. The operation involves extensive patrolling, surveillance, and intelligence gathering. Let's look at what happened under Operation Pushback statewise. Around 160 Bangladeshi nationals were deported from the capital city of Delhi to Bangladesh through the Hindon Air Base on 29th of May.
देश में अवैध रूप से रह रहे बांग्लादेशियों को वापस उनके वतन भेजने को लेकर सरकार की ओर से लगातार एक्शन जारी है। इसी कड़ी में आज करीबन 160 बांग्लादेशी इसी हिंडन एयरवेज से उन्हें उनके देश वापस भेजने की प्रक्रिया की गई है। अब उन्हें उन बांग्लादेशियों को जो अवैध रूप से भारत में रह रहे थे त्रिपुरा की अगरतला ले जाया गया, सड़क रास्ते से फिर उन्हें बांग्लादेश वापस भेजा जाएगा। त्रिपुरा यहाँ से विशेष विमान के जरिए उन्हें भेजा गया है। अब तक पिछले करीब एक महीने की अगर बात करें तो 470 ऐसे अवैध बांग्लादेशी हैं जिन्हें अब तक इस जगह से वापस उनके वतन भेजा जा चुका है। और लगातार सरकार के द्वारा इस तरीके से डिपोर्ट बांग्लादेशी इस तरीके से कार्यक्रम चलाया जा रहा है। जो भी अवैध रूप से भारत के अंदर रह रहे हैं वापस उन्हें उनके वतन भेजा जा रहा है।
In recent months, after the Pahalgam terror attack, Delhi police has identified nearly 470 Bangladeshi nationals living illegally in the city and has deported them through the same channel via Tripura and then across Bangladesh border by road.
Delhi police has detained 88 people from Southwest District area. While speaking to the Republic TV, Southwest District DCP Surinder Chaudhary has confirmed it that initially they have nabbed 121 people, and after the verification they have found out that 88 people were illegal immigrants who came from Bangladesh. Behind me you can see the visual of this very area where we are standing right now. Earlier, Delhi police team has arrived in this area. Not only in this very area, what we have seen that they have also visited Safdarjung enclave area, वसंत कुंज साउथ एरिया, कपाशहरा एरिया, सागरपुर एरिया एंड दिल्ली कैंट एरिया।
पिछले एक महीने में तकरीबन 470 से भी ज्यादा बांग्लादेशियों को दिल्ली पुलिस ने डिपोर्ट करने का काम किया। पहलगाम आतंकी हमले के बाद से दिल्ली पुलिस ने एक अलग तरीके से बांग्लादेशियों को लेकर ड्राइव चलाई और उसी कड़ी में ये ड्राइव लगातार चल रही है। और आप तस्वीरें देखेंगे बाकायदा परिवार के साथ जो अवैध रूप से बांग्लादेश के रहने वाले लोग हैं वो दिल्ली के अंदर आ रहे हैं और अलग अलग राज्यों में रह रहे हैं।
पुलिया के नीचे से आ जाते हैं।
पुलिया के नीचे से?
हाँ।
कितना पैसा देते हैं?
करीब 2,500-3,000 5,000 ऐसे ही लेता है
एक शख्स का।
हाँ।
आप अकेले आए या परिवार के साथ?
मेरा परिवार के साथ आया हूँ।
कितने लोग थे?
8 लोग।
8 लोग।
पुलिया के नीचे दिया आया।
अच्छा, किसने बताया था वो रास्ता?
रास्ता वो अपना रास्ता है, वो आदमी दूसरा आदमी के पूछ लिया, बोले भाई हमें दिल्ली जाऊंगी, हमारा तो मजदूरी ना मिले यहाँ से। वो दूसरा आदमी हमारे बता दिया भाई यहाँ से ऐसे ट्रेन।
कितने रुपए लेता है वो आदमी?
और 3,000 करोड़ लेते हो टिकट का टिकट।
In Uttar Pradesh, a comprehensive campaign catching hold of illegal Rohingya and Bangladeshi immigrants has been launched across Bareilly district. Within just 2 days of the drive commencement, Bareilly police have identified and detained 45 suspected infiltrators.
10 की पुलिस की टीमें यहाँ पर लगी हैं, महिला कांस्टेबल भी हैं, पुलिस के जवान भी, अधिकारी भी यहाँ पर हैं जो एक एक करके देखिए यहाँ पर पूछ रहे हैं। तलाशी लगातार जारी है। एक बार आपको सुनाते भी हैं कि आखिर क्या क्या जांच में पूछा जा रहा है।
रामपुर से यहाँ कब आए आप लोग? 15-20 साल। रामपुर का एड्रेस बताइए, रामपुर में कहाँ रहते हैं आप लोग? शाहबाद में कहाँ पर कोई गांव है कोई? कौन सा गांव बताइए?
कौन सा?
नटिया खेड़ी।
तो देखिए पीछे कुछ पुरुष भी हैं जो लगातार यहाँ पर खड़े हैं। क्या आप लोग में कोई डर का माहौल तो नहीं है? पुलिस की टीमें आ रही हैं, पूछताछ कर रही हैं, पूरी सहयोग जानकारी दे रहे हैं ना आप लोग?
पूरा सहयोग दे रहे हैं सर, कोई ऐसी कोई वाली बात नहीं है सर, डर वाली।
सही है ना?
हाँ जी, सब
क्योंकि
प्यार।
घुसपैठियों और रोहिंग्याओं के लिए ऑपरेशन चलाया जा रहा है, आप देख रहे हैं जिस तरह से।
अच्छी बात है सर, ये
सही
अच्छी
है।
बात है। हाँ जी, प्यार मोहब्बत से सारे लोग से अपने जो भी पूछ रहे हैं अपने, वो हम बता रहे हैं सर।
तो देखिए, बड़ी बात यह है कि जहां पर ये ऑपरेशन चलाया जा रहा है वहां के लोग ये कह रहे हैं कि हम तो सहमत हैं, हम खुश हैं इस ऑपरेशन से। जो लोग देश के हैं देश में रहने चाहिए, जो गद्दारी करते हैं, जो घुसपैठी हैं, उनको देश से निकाला जाना बेहद जरूरी है।
According to officials, nearly 1,000 individuals have been screened at over 100 locations.
25 मई से और 10 जून तक 15 दिन का एक अभियान चला है, जिसमें शासन के निर्देशों के क्रम में जो लोग यहाँ पे आवासित हैं और बाहर के रहने वाले हैं, जो वर्तमान में यहाँ पे रह रहे हैं और बाहर के रहने वाले हैं, उनके मूल एड्रेस का वेरिफिकेशन कराया जाना है। और इस प्रक्रिया में अगर कोई बांग्लादेशी या रोहिंग्या मिलते हैं तो उनका डिपोर्टेशन कराया जाना है, जो MHA की मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ होम अफेयर्स की गाइडलाइंस है उनके अकॉर्डिंग।
In Assam, the post-independence era saw a significant influx of migrants from Bangladesh, particularly during the Bangladesh Liberation War in 1971. Many migrants settled in Assam, altering the state's demographics and putting pressure on its resources. The Chief Minister of Tripura also acknowledged the threat of infiltration in the state.
हमारे यहाँ कोई सुविधा नहीं है, एक दो इधर उधर आ रहा है, लेकिन हमारे यहाँ बॉर्डर बहुत अच्छी तरह से सुरक्षित है और यूजुअली नहीं आ पाते हैं एनमा से, एक दो आ जाते हैं, पहले भी आता था।
And even while the BSF jawans are protecting the borders, some political parties are casting aspersions on the forces.
আর আপনার বন্ধু, আপনার এজেন্সি আছে, নামগুলো আর বলছি না, আপনারা সবাই জানেন, এজেন্সি দিয়ে লোককে ভয় দেখাও, এটা বড় করাপশন নয়। যারা বর্ডার পার দেয় তারা স্মাগলিং করে।
This statement of the West Bengal Chief Minister unfortunately came in the same week which the Supreme Court had asked whether India was a dharmashala, a transit accommodation for the infiltrators. The same Supreme Court had called Bangladeshi illegals as the country's biggest security threat as far as 2006. It is time to push them back.
Lieutenant General Sanjay Kulkarni joins us on the show this evening. Conservative estimates, General Kulkarni put the number of illegal infiltrators inside India at nearly 20 million. That's 2 crore or more. That makes it easily the largest illegal infiltration anywhere in the world. Now, given these numbers, can India find these 20 million and send most, if not all, back? Is that possible?
Thank you very much. Seems very difficult, not easy, because the number that has been quoted is of 2016, and that's about 2 crores. That's what we are stating. And we are not signatories to the, what we termed as the 1951 refugee, convention, neither to the 1967 protocol. Notwithstanding that, we have always welcomed refugees. That's one part. But these illegal immigrants, these ones which are undocumented and having millions have entered India, and they cause a lot of problems. They cause a demographic problem. They are instrumental in a whole lot of issues which are coming up. But what I would say, this drive in itself, though maybe a drop in the ocean, but this deterrence must continue. We must continue with this drive also. Maybe today 160, 70, 500, 700, but there are millions of them. And people must cooperate. It's most important thing for this illegal migration to stop is the people must cooperate. Not bother that the other you have got maids with a chief working for them at home, or the people are there and wanting to show, no, it's okay, it doesn't matter to us, they're very, very nice. It's incorrect, because whatever and however hard we must ensure illegal migration must be stopped. If they wish to come, well, there are other means of coming in. They can be given working visas, anything and everything, whatever the government decides. But definitely this illegal, because you see what's happening in Uttarakhand, you can see what's happening in various colonies in Delhi, you see what's happened in Bengal, in Assam, and even in some very, very remote areas of India, these people have all gone in, the Bangladeshis, the Rohingyas have come in. So it's very essential that we must put an end, and the effort and the means that are now, the drive that has started must continue. It mustn't just be for a short time and then be given up. No, it must continue. Even though there may be resistance slowly and suddenly, because pushback is something which is easier to do, because we find that if we indulge ourselves in a legal process, that is something which takes a long and very difficult. You may have cooperation from the neighboring country. You may not have the cooperation from the neighboring country. It is here. It's absolute to take them and just tell them, just go back to your country or prove that you belong to this country. I think this drive must continue, because otherwise, sooner or later, we'll have a tremendous law and order problem, demographic changes taking place, which is not conducive to the society that they're living in, because they become easy targets, being lured into various issues. We've seen how, you have all these ISI and all these characters looking around for it, on whether they are on religious grounds, whether on poverty levels or whatever it is. They become easy targets, and then they are a nuisance and a huge law and order problem, a security risk to the country at this point of time, and hence it is very essential that we push them back into the country that they come from. And in this present case, most of them are coming from Bangladesh, and even though we have a long border, as you rightly stated, 4,095 kilometers of a border, about 1,100 odd kilometers of riverine, about 3,232 kilometers, which is fenced, a whole lot of a sizable distance unfenced border. So these people do find themselves, but irrespective of all that, the Border Security Force is doing a good job, and all governments, the state government, must cooperate. Yeah. Nobody must say anything which seems to be running against this thing as to why are we doing it, why should we be doing it, is it correct to do it? I think it is correct, and we must push back. This kind of illegal migration is definitely a big no. Legality, yes. Illegal, no.
Thank you for joining us on the show this evening, General Kulkarni. And before we go to our next long-form story, quick check of the day's biggest headlines. Chief of Defence Staff General Anil Chauhan said India is ahead of Pakistan on all fronts despite greater diversity than the neighbouring country due to its long-term strategy. He added that India may have lost jets, but we learned from tactical mistakes and hit back hard. Mock drill Operation Shield underway in border states across India. The main objective to ensure citizens know how to carry out rescue operations if a situation like Operation Sindoor arises. India's COVID-19 tally crossing 3,400 active cases with 1,170 and more discharged as per the Union Health Ministry. The country has reported 7 deaths across multiple states. Comorbidity is playing a significant role in most of these cases. An uncalled for appearance by former Pakistan cricketer Shahid Afridi at an event organised by a section of the NRI Malayali community in Dubai has drawn criticism across India, but the organisers claim that these cricketers came to their event unannounced. Tonight we take you to the heart of a silent war. It's a non-kinetic one that's not fought with missiles or armies, but with dams and diplomacy, development. As the world watched Afghanistan collapse and Taliban return to power, two nations made two very different choices. Pakistan chose to bet on its old proxies, hoping for strategic depth. India chose to build not bunkers, but bridges, schools, roads and dams in Afghanistan. Now that difference in vision is playing out in real time. Water has become the new front line. And tonight we decode this new chapter in South Asia's great power chessboard, where rivers carry more than water. They carry influence, ambition, and the shape of the region's future.
India and Afghanistan, linked by faith, empire, trade and war. Their bond predates borders, from Gandhara to the Mauryan kings. Through colonial resistance, their ties have always been civilizational, not just political. Today that legacy flows through rivers. The Kabul River, born in the Hindu Kush, flows east through Afghanistan and into Pakistan's Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. One of its main tributaries, the Kunar River, begins near the Wakhan corridor. India, seeing the opportunity and obligation, began investing in Afghan water infrastructure, not just as development but as strategic outreach. The first major step came in 2016 under President Ashraf Ghani, the Salma Dam, also called the India-Afghanistan Friendship Dam. Built on the Hari Road River in western Herat province, the Salma Dam generates 42 megawatt of power and irrigates 75,000 hectares of farmland. Its completion marked a shift. India was no longer just an observer in Afghan stability, it was shaping it. As India built quietly, Pakistan bled. The Taliban's 2021 return, backed by Islamabad, unleashed chaos. But it backfired. Refugee surges, economic collapse, and growing anger turned the tide. Over the past year, attacks in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa have intensified. Bombings, insurgent strikes, and cross-border tension. Pakistan's own creation is now targeting its western borderlands. The Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, a group with historical ties to the Afghan Taliban, has intensified its operation, challenging Pakistan's security apparatus. Days after China opened talks with the Taliban, Pakistan rushed to upgrade ties. The move exposed Islamabad's fear that its former proxy now answers to others and drifts closer to Beijing than Rawalpindi. India, meanwhile, had already launched its next mission, Operation Sindoor, Bharat's response to Pakistan-sponsored cross-border terrorism and Islamabad's worst nightmare. But back in the heart of Afghanistan's capital, Kabul, a monumental project is underway that promises to transform the lives of millions. The Shatut Dam, located in the Char Asyab district of Kabul province, is poised to be a transformative infrastructure project for Afghanistan. A historic phone call on 15th of May 2025 between External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar and Afghanistan's Foreign Minister marked the first high-level political engagement, a promise to fast-track the Shatut Dam project.
ډېر موږ ډېر خوشحاله یو دایم هند موږ مرګلی دوست ده د پاکستان په مثال په هغه باندې ضد باندې موږ سره ډېرې همکارۍ و ډېر هغه په هر نگاه کې افغانستان هندوستان سره یو ځای دی.
डैम जो बनेगा ये शतूत डैम यही जगह पे ये भी बहुत अच्छा सा होगा और एक बहुत अच्छा सा पॉजिटिव काम है जो अफ़गान लोगों के लिए इंडिया और भारत की तरफ से होता है और इस पानी से 400,000 हेक्टेयर ज़मीन भी पानी उनके लिए पहुंचता है और इसके अलावा लोगों के लिए काम करने के लिए ज़मीना भी हो जाएगा और बहुत इफेक्टिव है. ये लैलेंदर प्लेस है, लैलेंदर वैली है जो इस जगह पे शातूत डैम कुछ दिन बाद ऑफिशियली इसका कंस्ट्रक्शन का काम शुरू हो जाएगा.
The Shatut Dam is India's second major dam project in Afghanistan. Following the Salma Dam, these initiatives are part of India's broader new development partnership with Afghanistan, which includes over 400 projects across all 34 provinces. The strategic location of the Shatut Dam on the Kabul River, which originates in Afghanistan's Hindu Kush mountains and flows into Pakistan's Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province, has triggered strategic alarms. The Kabul River is a vital water source for Pakistan, and the dam's construction could significantly reduce downstream water flows, heightening regional tension.
तालिबान ऑफिशियल का कहना है ये जो शातूत डैम यही रिवर पे जो अभी हर मौसम में बहुत पानी बहता है, लेकिन अभी पानी थोड़ा सा हुआ है, लेकिन जो लोग खेतों में पानी को कवर कर रहा है, लेकिन यही आगे इस दो पहाड़ के बीच में इस रास्ते में इस खेतों में जगह में एक बड़ा सा डैम बनेगा जो शातूत डैम कहलाएगा। ये शातूत डैम रिपब्लिक गवर्नमेंट में इंडिया और अफगानिस्तान का गवर्नमेंट ने ये एग्रीमेंट साइन किया, लेकिन कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स थे उस टाइम पे जब गवर्नमेंट फॉल हुआ। तो अभी जो तालिब गवर्नमेंट आया है तो ये लोग कह रहे हैं कि पानी को मैनेजमेंट करेगा और यही जगह पे आप जो ये रिवर देख रहे हैं और जो अभी लोग खेतों को पानी दे रहे हैं, पानी कम है लेकिन बहुत पानी इधर होता है। और इधर ये पहाड़ जो आप देख रहे हैं तस्वीर में, यही पहाड़ पे इस पहाड़ पे बीच में इस पहाड़ के रास्ते में एक बड़ा सा डैम बनेगा जो शातूत डैम है।
In response to these concerns, India has emphasized that the Shatut Dam is designed to meet Afghanistan's domestic needs. The project's timing, however, and geopolitical context suggest a calculated diplomatic move by India to strengthen its influence in Afghanistan and counterbalance Pakistan's regional dominance.
मैं कुछ देर में अफ़गानिस्तान का कैपिटल काबुल के चारसाब डिस्ट्रिक्ट और जहाँ पे ललंदर प्लेस वैली है और ललंदर वैली में शातूत डैम है जो बहुत फेमस डैम है। अभी कुछ सालों पहले ये डैम कंस्ट्रक्शन का था एग्रीमेंट साइन हुआ था, लेकिन कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स थे और जब तालिब गवर्नमेंट आया तो तालिब गवर्नमेंट का कहना है कि ये लोग अच्छे से रिलेशन में इंडिया के साथ। और मैंने कई लोगों से बात भी किया, इन लोग कह रहे हैं कि इंडिया गवर्नमेंट और इंडियन लोग का शुक्रगुजार है जो अफ़गानिस्तान और अफ़गानों से इतना प्यार करते हैं और डैम बनाते हैं उनके लिए।
شکر د افغانانو سره ډیره ښه ده، یعنی د پاکستان په ضرورت غواړي چې د افغانستان لپاره ډیر کومکونه وکړي او خدای دې نور مرته هغه ورکړي چې افغانستان سره ډیر کومکونه وکړي او ډیره ګټه رسیدي خلکو ته، د دې منطقي خلکو ته، یعنی مثلا دلته باغونه دي، ونې دي، ځمکې دي، هر چیز ته ګټه رسوي، پټي دي।
ये लोग कह रहे हैं कि ये डैम जो बताए भारत की तरफ से ये अच्छा सा एक काम है अफ़गानों के लिए, ये बहुत शुक्रगुजार है ये लोग। और इस शहर का लोग कह रहे हैं कि इसका पानी का मसला है और अब जब ये डैम बनेगा तो इसका सब ये मसले हल हो जाएगा, उनके लिए पानी मिलेगा और ये इंडिया के शुक्रगुजार है ये लोग।
Even as India solidifies its partnership with Kabul through strategic infrastructure, Pakistan is scrambling to reset its own diplomatic equation with the Taliban regime. Acting Afghan Foreign Minister Amir Khan Muttaqi is expected to visit Islamabad soon at Pakistan's official invitation, part of high-level efforts to revive and recalibrate ties. India is acting, building and shaping the future. Pakistan is reacting, trying to salvage influence through diplomatic meetings. Then came the Pahalgam attack. India suspended the Indus Water Treaty. For Pakistan, it's a crippling blow. Pakistan is rattled, but India sees opportunity. Projects like the long-stalled Tulbul Barrage and the optimization of the Baglihar are back on the table. India is asserting its role not just as a neighbor, but as a stabilizer in a region on the edge. Pakistan, once a puppeteer of proxies, now finds itself outplayed in a quieter, deeper conflict.
Former diplomat Ambassador Deepak Vora joining us live on the show this evening. Indus Waters Treaty will remain in abeyance, Ambassador Vora, between India and Pakistan. But when the Shatut Dam is built in Afghanistan, what's likely to be the impact in the next few years to come, in your view?
Thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead. We can hear you loud and clear.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, first of all, may I just say how honored and privileged I am to be part of a show on my original homeland, Afghanistan. My father's family comes from Ghazni. My grandfather and my father would have been thrilled wherever they are wherever their spirits are, to see that you are presenting this. May I just very quickly preface what I'm going to say with three things. One, the Afghans cordially detest Pakistan, that they see as an unwelcome interloper between Afghanistan and Bharat. They say that our borders were with India. Where the hell did this useless character come in between? Second, we have never done anything to hurt Afghanistan. They have never done anything to hurt us. The Kabuliwala remains an enduring icon in India. And the third thing, Pakistan has always thought it could control Afghanistan, give it to get strategic depth. What they are getting is strategic death in Afghanistan. Now, as far as the rivers are concerned, sir, I'm 74 years young, 52 years in diplomacy. Once upon a time, Pakistan was doing pretty well in agriculture, particularly in production of wheat. Now they are woefully short and they import it from wherever they can. We are going to stop the flow of Indus waters, the Sindhu and its 5 daughters. This is going to hurt Pakistan very badly. About 80% of their agriculture depends on the Sindhu and its 5 tributaries. The remaining 20%, sir, this is fascinating, depends on the Kabul River, which is fed by its own tributaries, the Alangar and the Kunar, and which meets the Sindhu at a place called Abbottabad. Abbottabad, sir, is where a certain Osama, son of Laden, was being kept by the Pakistani intelligence, etc. So it's ironic in a way that this is happening. So what is going to happen, sir, is my own understanding after speaking to several experts. In the next 24 months, the flow of the Sindhu and its tributaries to Atankistan, to Pakistan, will be substantially curtailed. And then, if these dams are built, the Shatut, which I've seen, and the new dam that is now, the Shatut, which is coming up, and the Salma, which I've seen, if these now, officially we'll say these are for providing drinking water, etc., and agricultural use, but in reality, they are going to starve Pakistan of its remaining source of water. I believe, sir, this is the third of the triple lock that we are using on Pakistan. Chanakya suggested. First was diplomatic. We have isolated them completely. There's a terrorist incident anywhere, people say, ha, Pakistan, because they were caught sheltering Osama bin Laden. The second is the military lock. We have shown them what we are capable of. The third is the economic lock, sir. And now the water weapon, if I may use the term that we are using, is going to hurt them very bad. Let me conclude, sir, by saying I've seen this before. I've seen this when I was posted in Sudan. Egypt got very upset when Ethiopia was building the Grand Renaissance Dam and said, we'll blast it, we'll do this, we'll send our military, we'll send our air force. Ethiopia said, do what you feel like. They did nothing. So water becomes a very powerful instrument in today's international context, in bilateral relations, and I'm delighted, sir. I personally, as a person whose father was from Ghazni, I feel very, very happy that we are helping Afghanistan, and in the process of helping Afghanistan, we are neutralizing our common enemy, which is Pakistan. Both of us, some of my Afghan friends who speak English, who studied in India, turn around and say, well, Ambassador, let's damn them. The pun is intentional.
What a damn good idea. You know, it's the biggest non-kinetic response ever by India by putting the IWT in abeyance. And the next few months will be very, very critical. Ambassador Vohra, as always, such a pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you for joining us on the long form story this evening. That's it on this edition. Ladies and gentlemen, reminder that it's Sunday, 12 p.m. You can catch the repeat of the long form story, and a big announcement that in about 30 days from now, the Republic School of Journalism will begin. The first batch will be on campus and our applications are open. Few seats left. Go ahead, go to republicschoolofjournalism.com and fill in that application. And you can be on our campus and learn live from all of us. Thanks for watching.